Good morning, guys. It's Laura, Florida Patriot 71 channel, coming at you from hot and sunny Central Florida. I have a few things that I want to go over with you guys today. I thought we'd maybe do the first muzzle lesson today, see how that goes. I also have a question for you guys, maybe some input on a situation that I had occur this morning, and see what you guys have to say about it. I realized after doing this and reading all your comments, there are a lot of you that have a lot of dog experience. Just to give you a little teeny bit about my background with animals as far as that goes, I grew up on a farm, not a farm like growing, it was an animal farm. We had like 90 head of sheep and goats. We had a bunch of cattle, horses, lots and lots of dogs, chickens. We had pigs, but only one time did we have pigs. My mom didn't like them very much. The farm was kind of like my mom's hobby, but we all worked on it. And when we moved there, I was like, I want to say 6 or 7, maybe 8. And so I was like right at that right time, and I loved animals. So it was like, I loved the farm. My older brother and sister, they weren't really as much into it as I was. I really loved it, but my mom had Rottweilers and Dobermans, and we bred them and showed them and trained them. And I actually became, she hooked me up with a handler, and I traveled around and went to dog shows and, like for junior handling and that kind of thing. So I do have a good bit of background with dogs, but I had a situation occur this morning that concerns me a bit, and I need to know what other people think of what I should do in this situation. My oldest dog, Asher, that you guys have seen a few times, big guy. Let me see. Really big guy. He weighs about 100 pounds. He's super, super sweet. But a couple times, this has happened a couple times that he's been in bed with Steve at night, and when I come in a little later to go to bed, like if I try to pull him out of bed or make him move, he growls at me a little and just like grumbling, like not anything real serious, like not scaring me, but he's actually snapped once or twice, and he's definitely shown just a little bit of a grumble there, you know what I mean? This morning, I feed all the dogs separately, of course, because I have a lot of males and, a lot of food territory issues. You know what I mean? You don't feed them all together. You separate them. So I had Asher in my bedroom eating, and I had my youngest one in the living room. And what I usually do is once everybody finishes, I let Asher finish everybody else's food. So this morning when I was feeding them, Asher actually, wedged I have a pocket door in my bedroom. So he actually slid his nose in there and he got out, and he was coming to eat Levi's food, and Levi wasn't done yet. So I walked up to him and grabbed his collar and went to put him back in the room, and he curled his lip back all the way, showed me all of his pretty teeth, and growled at me, and persisted in the growling. Like it wasn't just a little bit of a grumble. He was literally growling at me. I've never ever once been afraid of a dog in my entire life. I'm not afraid of him at this point, you know what I mean? Like I still, like when he did that, I jerked up on his collar a little more and made him stop, you know what I mean, and took him to the bedroom, which obviously, I just want to make sure this aggression doesn't go any farther. I just want to make sure that I don't have a situation where I am afraid of him, because honestly, just like anybody, I'm not going to live with a dog I'm afraid of. And I love him to pieces, and it would kill me. He's a boxer lab mix, so he is an aggressive breed, which I hate when people say that. Like when somebody says something to me about pit bulls or shepherds or whatever, and they're aggressive, I always say aggression comes from how they're raised. And aggression is, something that, yes, you can have breeds that do tend to be more aggressive, but overall, I do believe that it comes a lot from how they're raised. So I don't know, maybe if I've given the dog too much power in my life, like he thinks he's too, I don't know. I don't know what I've done. Or maybe I haven't done anything. Maybe it's just the way he is. But either way, I need some input as to what I should do about this situation. I got a little bit more frustrated when I texted Steve about it because he started taking up for Asher and saying, well, you have to understand how he feels. Like, no, I don't have to understand how he feels. You know, we are a pack here, and I'm the boss of the pack. Like, that's how it goes. And I'm not going to have a dog snap at me if I have to make them go somewhere. Or, you know, every once in a while, you do have to grab a dog by a collar and make them do something. And you don't want to have a dog that's aggressive. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I don't know what to do about this situation. I don't even know if maybe I'm making too much out of it. You know, maybe Steve is right, and maybe I am making too much out of it. But I just wanted to put that out there to you guys. I realize that there's so many of you that have so much good stuff and good information about dogs and you know, different things that I feel like there's a lot of you out there that could really help me with this situation. So that's that. So if you do have some you know, pointers or whatever that you think I should do, obviously you can comment below, but also I do try to remember to put an email address in the description whenever I do a video, because, you know, I want you guys to be able to contact me directly through email. So you can do that. There was one other thing I wanted to ask you guys. If you guys thought I should get a post office box. I know that there's a lot of you out there, and I have no artistic talent. And I mean, I literally can't draw stick people. So I didn't know if there was anybody that wanted to like make any kind of channel art, hint, hint, clue, clue, or channel music, or, you know, even if you just wanted to write something that you wanted me to read on the channel, or anything like that. I was thinking about getting a post office box anyway because of some other things. So I was thinking about that today, and I just wanted your input on what you thought, if you thought, you know, I should do it or not. I may be thinking that you guys want to get in touch with me more than you do. So, you know, it's whatever. Just let me know what you think down below. See, there was other things I wanted to go over with you today. On when I've heard a lot of people say about the fish antibiotics, and I wanted to show you guys this awesome website. You do not have to have a prescription for any of these medications. Obviously, you can't buy like narcotics or whatever, but this is the company that I use for my medications. Obviously, being a smoker and a long time smoker, I have some lung issues. And, you know, whenever I get sick, it always, you know, goes to my chest. And so I, not a lot, but you know, I do have to take antibiotics typically once a year. And being that I don't have any health insurance, I would prefer to just go ahead and buy the medications. And, of course, my laptop is going to be an asshole right now. So I buy my medications from this company. And I take Neurontin, which is the generic of that is gabapentin, for my sciatica. And you can get that on here as well. There's the whole gamut. I'm going to show you guys. I don't know. I hope you can see that. But anyway, I don't know if you can see all the things there, but it has all these different headings. You know, AIDS, HIV, antidepressants, arthritis, you know, dental, diabetes, even things like hair loss, and for you guys out there, ED. But it's called Pharma Right. So I hope you can see that there. I use it a lot, and I really like it. It does have a heading for pain management, but you're not going to get on there and get narcotics. So, you know, get that out of your head, which you shouldn't be doing anyway. I hope that none of you are on painkillers. But, you know, I get it. Everybody has their own life, and I'm not going to go preaching to you because I'm not the one. I've been there and done that, and I just know that it's a killer. Narcotics are a killer. So, anyway, I wanted to show you that. And for my, for the dogs, flea and tick medications, Let me just see if I can pull this up for you real quick. There's also a company for that, and you don't have to have a prescription or anything from your vet, and they are much cheaper. You do, that's why I wanted to look. I think that you have to buy a certain amount, or you have to, or maybe I just did because I didn't want to have them, I didn't want to break it up and have them shipping it to me. I wanted to be able to get it out one time. But I wound up buying like 3 or 4 months at a time. I think I wound up saving over 3 or 4 months. I think it was for the 2 dogs now. 3 or 4 months for the 2 dogs. And I think I wound up saving like, I want to say $60 or $70. So, like it was, to me, I mean, that's worth saving. So, yeah. So here it is. Let me show you. So I hope you guys can see that. I'm, you know, like Snafu, I am ghetto fab here. It's called Allivet, Allivet. So I wanted to show you guys that. One thing I will say about the other side about the antibiotics, you do have to buy a pretty good amount. Like I bought a bottle of 500 amoxicillin, but they have like, next time I'm going to do zithromycin. And they even had like Augmentin, which I know is a good strong antibiotic. One time when I had pneumonia, actually, that was the only thing that worked for me, and it worked really well. So I do think I'm going to get some stronger antibiotics. Also, you know, in an SHTF kind of situation, those things are going to be worth a lot, you know, a lot of money. Like antibiotics and that are going to be worth a lot of money. I mean, you know, you could trade it for whatever you needed, food or bullets or whatever, you know. Let's see, what else did I want to tell you guys today? P.O. Box, Asher, Allivet Farm, right? Okay, so let's do this muzzle thing. All right, so I did watch an instructional video on the muzzle thing because I know that that's going to be something that's going to be really difficult to do with a dog that's grown. And dogs obviously, whoa. No barking. Junebug, get down. Get down. I am really sorry about the dogs barking, guys. I am. There's one that starts it too. She just gets everybody riled up. It's the female, of course. And I also thought that, you know, no dog is going to like a muzzle. They don't like anything on their faces. And I think it's going to be a hard thing to teach Asher. And, you know, I did want to say, like, people were saying, like, different situations of why you would need a muzzle and this and that. But like I said, if you are forced out of your home, I mean, even let's just say, I mean, here in Florida, we do have hurricanes, and I'm sure there may be a time, or there could be a time, that I would have to go to a shelter or something like that. And he's a big boy. Like, obviously, if I'm having a little bit of a scare situation with him, when him growling at me, you're going to have to be able to restrain your dog, and you're going to have to be able to have, you know, other people feel safe around your dog. So even if you knew your dog wasn't going to bite, you still can't just force other people to be around your dog and not have them restrained in some way. And somebody said something to me, well, they got to be able to drink with a muzzle on. Actually, not necessarily. You can take the muzzle off, you know what I mean, for drinking and whatnot. I don't think there's going to be a lot of muzzles that you can use that they're going to be able to actually drink. You know, you're going to have to take the muzzle off clearly for feeding and watering purposes. So anyway, the first step was to, and this is, you know, it has kind of like a hard plastic part that his nose goes in. Obviously his nose goes in here like this, and then it wraps around, this goes up the bridge of his nose, and then it wraps around his head and clips. So the first thing they said was just simply to turn all this stuff back. You know, so you're not going to be putting it on them. The first thing you want to do, they said, I carry a treat pouch with me all the time. So I always have treats on me. And the first thing they said was to do something like this. I'm hoping this is gonna, I might have to move this down here. Let's see. Okay, so the first thing was to, yeah, Asher, you're the star of the show today. Okay, so they said to put like the treat in the hole where the mouth goes, and to call the dog to it. So Asher, you want that treat? Oh, look at that treat. Nummy treat. Nummies. And I also should not probably be doing this with everybody else here, so give me 1 second, guys. Come here, Levi. Come on, boy. Come on. Come on. Go. 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 Wow, that worked out great. Everybody went but Asher. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I hope you just be patient with me, and I'll get better at this video thing. I'm obviously very new to this, and you know, I should have all my ducks in a row before I start, and I didn't, and I apologize. So anyway, so here's the muzzle, and I'm just putting the treat in the hole, and I'm just having him get comfortable with sticking his little nose in there. And I do little teeny pieces of a treat so that he has to kind of like nibble at it. And I want him to just be like okay with sticking his face in there and giving him the treat and showing him that the muzzle is not anything that's going to hurt him or anything he has to be afraid of. The last thing you want to do is to be doing this in the last minute situation and trying to force your dog into this muzzle, and you know you're in a panic. You have, you know, when you're scared and you have things going on, your dog is going to feel every bit of that. So then you're trying to shove his nose in this hard plastic thing he's never seen before. I think that would be very difficult. I know it would be with him. So anyway, we're just going to do that 3 or 4 times. We're going to do that, you know, a couple days. The video that I watched said to do it a number of times and like to break it out the next day and do it. And that's typically how you train anyway. Like, see, he's already sticking his nose in there looking for it. So he knows that was where he got that treat. So they're very smart. They're gonna, you know, dogs are, I'm telling you guys, they're amazing. And I love him. Like, that really upset me this morning. Sorry, I'm kind of stuck on that, but it really, you know, it worried me. It's just something I didn't want to see out of him, you know. I actually put him in a crate for a little while and made him think about himself. So yeah, there's a nummy treats in there. So I'm actually going to even just pull it on his nose and see what he thinks about that. Oh, you dropped your treat. Silly boy. I may have gotten this a little bit too small. I think I went over with you guys how to measure for it. And I did measure and everything, but it may be just a little bit too small. So no, you can't get the treat unless you put your nose in there. You got to put your nose in there to get the treat, silly. Yeah, there it is. Mommy's got nummies in there. Mommy does have nummies in here too. I know, and I talk like, I know. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I talk to them all day. They are my friends. Before you guys, this was the only friend I had. So yeah. So he's going to be real comfortable with that before I ever even think about putting the straps around his head. So that's all you do. Okay, so that's lesson 1 for today. And we're going to give him lots of praise because he was a good boy. Because he was a good boy. It was good. It was. He was the best boy ever. And we're going to top him off with a nice treat for that. Good job, Asher. Good boy. One other thing I wanted to go over with you guys today, and I know that you know, a lot of this is about dog preparedness, but I also thought maybe some training tips and stuff might help as well. I just wanted to, a lot of my clients that come to me have buckle collars on their dog. And yes, buckle collars are nice, and they're cute and everything, and sometimes they're, you know, they can be pretty and whatnot. I use, and I've always used, the simple chain collars. And if you have a dog that's big like Asher, or you have a dog that you're walking and they're constantly pulling you and you don't have a lot of control over them, this collar will solve a lot of your problems. And one thing you want to do is if you're walking your dog or you're training your dog, you always want to pull that collar. You always want to pull that collar right up. I hope you can see that. I can't see if you can see. Right up around their neck and right up around, right behind their ears there, right up around, and that's where you're going to have the most control over them. So, you know, you're going to have a lot more leverage with that collar than you are any kind of buckle collar. So I just wanted to go over that with you guys. I think that some people, I don't know, I guess growing up in dog training, I feel like everybody knows that, but, you know, maybe not. Maybe, and I see a lot of people with harnesses on your dog when you're walking, which is great. They won't choke themselves, obviously, but a harness actually gives them more pull power. Like now they can pull with their shoulders and their chest, and they can put their all into it, and it's no restriction on them. It's not hurting them at all. So if you do have a dog that you walk, I used to have to, when we lived in an apartment, I had to walk Asher 4 or 5 miles a day. And he was quite the puller. So if you have that issue and you're having trouble with that, you might try doing that and might help you out a little bit. I think that's all for today. I was going to try to make this a quick one, but I'm already at 20 minutes. I don't know how I run my mouth that long. But I just wanted to remind everybody that I'm going to be on Snafu tonight. We haven't set a time yet. I'm sure that he will let everyone know what time that's going to be. And I'm sure that all of you watch him, or probably more of you watch him than me, I'm sure. But I just wanted to say that I hope to see you all there, and I hope that I'm really excited about this. I just want to tell all of you that all of your comments and everything have meant so much to me. Like, I'm kind of a loner person, but I'm also kind of a lonely person. Like, you know, I never feel like I have anything in common with anyone, and I just don't feel like I have a lot to contribute, I guess, maybe. But I just wanted to tell you guys that it's really made me feel so good and so loved and cared about. And I really appreciate that from you guys. And I'm really going to try to stay up. I go to bed really early. I told you guys that. I go to bed really early. And I'm always, even with Marv doing the shows, Adam doing the shows at 9 and 10 o'clock, I'm usually, if I'm not in bed by then, I'm definitely, come on Levi, I'm definitely getting ready for bed by then. And it's hard for me to stay up that late because I want to call in and I want to thank him, especially in person, and let him know how much I appreciate him shouting me out and getting me all these subs. Like, I really appreciate it. We're almost there, I think. It won't be long. I'm hoping that I'll hit 1,000. I want to be able to live stream and get questions from you guys so that I know what you guys want me to do and want me to address, and any kind of things that you think I could help you with. So anyway, that's the video for today. I hope you found this informative. I hope you found this a little bit fun. And if you have something to tell me, please let me know, because I really look forward to reading all your comments. I've really, really enjoyed it. So thanks, guys. Thanks for being there for me. Thanks for your love and your support. And like I said, if somebody wants to make me some kind of pretty channel art, or maybe even come up with some kind of logo thing, that would be so awesome. I don't need any money from you guys or anything like that. Like, I will tell you though, I did talk to Ground Therapy yesterday, and I am going to start linking Ground Therapy. I want to be able to share that with people, and I'm going to try it myself. I'm going to practice what I preach. I'm going to get the bed mat and the patches too, because I have knee issues, back issues is why I got started on pain pills. That's what started my whole addiction, was going to the doctor about my back. So I'm really looking forward to getting those things and seeing how they work, letting you guys know. But I am going to link that to the channel just because I think it's something that can help people. I am all about natural, holistic ways to take care of medical issues. I am tired of paying Big Pharma, and I'm tired of going to doctors that don't care about me and that I am just a statistical number to them. I'm a BMW payment basically to them, and I am tired of that. So anything I can do to get away from that and to do something to help you and help me medically without going to the doctor and all that, I'm going to figure that out. So anyway, that's it for today. And I love you guys so, so much. Like you just don't even know what you've done for my life and how happy it's made me. And I will say that I did have even a couple negative comments the other day, and I kind of know who and what was going on, but you know what I did? I just clicked hide this from me or whatever it was on the little menu thing. I'm not going to respond to any kind of negativity. Life is so short, and we have this great thing. Like, obviously you're going to have some people that are going to try to tear it down. You know what I mean? Because people, you know, if they can't be a part of it, they want to tear it down, which I don't know why they wouldn't just be a part of it. This family is so freaking amazing. Like, we are going to hit 1 million. Like, I can see this happening. And I'm going to do everything I can to push Adam up and get him to 1 million. I tell everybody that I can about it, which obviously the dogs don't have thumbs or they'd be there too. But I love you guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.